How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope you guys are all having a fabulous day. Please give this video a thumbs up if you guys really enjoy it. Subscribe, of course, if you guys haven't already. Also, if you guys would, hit that bell notification button and select all for all notifications. That way you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams here on my channel. And if you guys have subscribed, thank you guys for doing so. We are plugging along and almost reaching the 500 and 1,000 subscriber mark. If you guys have recently subscribed, thank you guys for all your guys' love and support and for doing so. And of course, we're going to be talking about the one and only Ivan. This is a movie that came out here in 2020. And right now, at the time of me recording this video, it is only on Disney Plus. So if you don't have Disney Plus, unfortunately, you're not going to have the chance to watch this movie. I am going to talk about spoilers. So if you haven't watched this movie and you want to avoid spoilers, which honestly, I'm not going to talk about too many spoilers, but I do want to give a spoiler warning because I am going to go into some of the story aspects that are in this film. And with that, let's jump right in. Of course, we're going to talk about positives and negatives and give you guys my final score. So, first of all, this is a PG movie. It's about an hour and 35 minutes long. And I saw the trailer for this a couple months ago, and I really wasn't all that interested. I mean, it looked unique and interesting, but I saw the film, and immediately I'm just like, I think I've seen this movie before. This movie follows very closely to a lot of other films that Disney has put out. Most notably, Dumbo. If you watch the original Dumbo and you watch this movie, there are super significant similarities between the two films. But still, with that, guys, this is a great drama and fantasy movie that the entire family will enjoy. This is great for all ages. You guys will enjoy watching this movie no matter how young or old you are. And interestingly enough, this is not only based on a true story, but this is also based on a book that was published in 2013. I have not read the book. I don't know how faithful this movie is to the story or how faithful it is to the book, but this movie was amazing. I really enjoyed this film, and I enjoyed it a lot more than I expected I would. The themes in this movie strongly focus on friendship and what is the definition of home. I enjoyed the relationship between Ivan, which is the 400-pound silverback gorilla, Stella, the big gigantic elephant, Bob, the dog, and many others, especially like the new person that gets entered into this film called Ruby, and she's the baby elephant. I think, it was really interesting to see a big top kind of circus inside of the mall. It's a really cool idea, and I kind of think that would be something a lot more people would be interested in than people give that idea credit for. I love the film presenting the fact that people can be good and evil in the eyes of animals, and that people kind of want to see animals and see animals behave in only one way. I mean, when you think of a gorilla, unfortunately, we always think of gorillas being these monsters. And when you think of an elephant, you always think of it's just a little nice, little kind little beast. And, that's not always the facts. That's not always true. This film uses and is inspired by other movies, but it is unique and it does have its own twists and turns and revelations that make its existence acceptable, and it does stand out, but it does have a lot of inspiration and a lot of other moments from other movies, which I'll talk about in the negatives. I was happy that this film focused a lot more on the animals over the humans. I mean, it does give the humans a good enough story and screen time, but the focus of this film is about the animals, and the film recognizes that and focuses most of the screen time on the animals, which I was happy about. The baby elephant, Ruby, very cute. CGI and the special effects in this film, top notch, amazing. Of course, it's a Disney movie, so what else would you expect? The jokes that are in here, there's a couple of them. They're clean, they're funny. And then, lastly, for positive, a couple things lastly for positives. This film is surprisingly dark at times. This is a dark Disney movie, especially for being rated PG. There's certain moments in this film, namely two, that make me like, this could be PG-13. I mean, like, there's an elephant, Stella. She ends up dying from either sickness or age. And then the film goes into the fact that Ivan's father was killed by poachers. And I'm like, they don't show you anything, but it's mentally in your brain as to, hey, this person's dead. And this film also has a very bittersweet ending. It's a very emotional and satisfying conclusion because the animals, they end up getting out of the big top and they get put into this reserve. And you're like, no, the humans and the animals are no longer going to be together. But animals being, free and able to roam in the wild and have acres upon acres was a good thing. But there's always a negative thing to something that happens. Overall, guys, I highly encourage you guys to check out this movie. A couple negatives that I do want to address in this film is that this film has a lot of moments that are similar to Lady and the Tramp, The Jungle Book, The Greatest Showman, Doctor Dolittle, and of course, Dumbo. The film also starts off and continues this trend of breaking the fourth wall. So you've got all the animals like literally talking to you at times. And it's kind of bizarre how they started that out and then eventually it just becomes normal because you're just like, you get numb to it, but it's still there and it's still kind of bizarre. Character backstories are very simplistic and some of them don't even get a backstory. They're just there to fill out a role or just be there to accomplish something for the plot. And all the animals escaping the mall like Big Top, I saw that coming from the very beginning of the movie. I wasn't shocked when they did it. I just like, yeah, I figured they were going to do so. And lastly, to sum up this film, guys, I really wish this movie was not tied to Disney Plus. I really wish this movie was able to be seen in theaters. I really wish this movie had a chance to be seen digitally on like Google Play, for example. The fact that this movie is solely tied to Disney Plus, I mean, it's good for people that have Disney Plus like me and can watch it, but I feel like it's gonna make people upset that they have to get Disney Plus to watch this film. I really wish this film had a much broader audience that could have the chance to watch this movie because I really enjoyed it. And I highly encourage you guys to check out this movie if you guys do have Disney Plus. And with that, guys, I'm going to give this film, the one and only Ivan, a 9 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys all have a spectacular day. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream, whether it be here on YouTube or at Twitch at Douglas447. Bye, guys.